So this is a quick video regarding all models of Royal Enfield for new users and uh, people who have owned them for a while. So basically, once you get a new bike, there are a few things that you need to check so that the performance of your bike or the quality of your bike improves. So firstly, you need to check all the nut bolts and screws on the bike are tight, because sometimes there could be uh, a couple of bolts that are loose and those vibrate and kind of reduce the quality of the ride experience. So like for starters, some places to look would be like this hand lever, so the bolt here sometimes, then the handlebar bolt. So just these small minor things, not to actually tighten, just to check, so that, I mean, if it's loose you can tighten it and that would improve things a lot. Then the another thing which is there in all Royal Enfields, I mean especially new models, I mean the swing arm doesn't come lubricated, so it's basically a bolt inside here. So and it's dry, so it's company fitted. In the factory, the swing arm, there's just a bolt going through it. They don't lubricate it with oil or grease or anything of that sort. So after a couple of days, or it depends how long it takes, you'll start getting a squeaky noise coming from the suspension, and you might think there's something wrong with the suspension or the shocks, but it's not that. It's the swing arm which is not moving freely. So it's very simple. You can do it yourself or take it to uh, your authorized service center or your mechanic. So it's basically, you have to loosen this nut bolt, push the bolt out a little bit, grease it, oil it, and push it back in. And that should generally be done every service also, so that improves things. Then another thing that I faced was my after a couple of days, my right hand indicator was not working. So the left hand was working, the left side was working, and the right hand was not working. So I knew it wasn't the fuse, it was some wiring loose contact. So yeah guys, I mean, in a new bike you could have that also. So I basically uh, opened the headlight console and checked all the connections, sprayed some WD-40 in there. So basically, after I tightened all the connections and sprayed in some WD-40, the indicator started working. So at once I knew it was a loose contact, but that generally shouldn't happen with a new bike. But I'm guessing during the washing, the pressure washing time, something must have happened. So guys, try not to pressure wash your bike too often, because I mean at the end of the day it just messes up the wiring and, I mean, creates trouble. So just wipe it down and yeah, wash it only when you really need to. Then the next thing comes to the riding style and your speeds. Stick to the speeds mentioned in the user manual, because uh, that is recommended for the engine. So your engine's brand new and it has to be broken in, so you can't give it full throttle and stuff like that. It has to be done at regular intervals. So I think for the till the first service, the max speed is 60, and after the first service you can go up till 70. So follow that guys, it makes a lot of sense. And the smoothness of the bike will improve a little bit with time. So initially, if you try to go fast, you'll see that the bike is just not letting you go that fast. I mean, the vibrations are a little bit more. That's because the engine's not used to that speed yet. So it needs a bit of running in. Okay, so that's why they call it run in period. Then next it comes to lubricating all the moving parts, the parts that are working on the bike, like your front brake lever in case you have a drum brake. Then uh, these points here, the cable, clutch cable, obviously just put a dab of oil in there, here too. And all the keyholes, in fact, I sprayed with a little bit of WD-40 so that it remains well lubricated. So that's one thing that has to be done. Another thing you could do to kind of reduce vibrations is using a fiber or rubber washer. So basically, I haven't done it yet, but I'll probably be doing it soon. Uh, so between the mirror and the lever, uh, uh, if you put a washer that's rubber or fiber, it kind of dampens the vibration, it absorbs it a little bit, and you don't get that much of a rattle here. And that goes for even the other places, like say where the engine mounts to the chassis, these places. So if you do that, you'll see a marked difference. Okay. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is this tail light rubber that you see here. So why I'm talking about this is something that should be put even here on the toolbox, because I mean there is gap between these two metal plates, and water just seeps in either when you wash the bike or during the rains for sure, and that messes up this box. And you have your TCI unit here and your fuses, so you don't want that getting wet. So please guys, this is one thing that you all need to do: get this rubber, get two of them, and put one on this side of the box, this side of the bike on this box, and the other one on that side, and that way you won't have any water getting in. So that's it. I hope these tips help you all, and ride safe.